Congressman Austin Scott of House Armed Services. It's great to have you on, Congressman. Thanks for joining us. This is coming in, an arrest made in the killing of Breonna Kupfer. The suspect is 31-year-old Sean Smith. He was freed on just $1,000 cash bail in the fall of 2020. He's a career criminal with a lengthy rap sheet. People are really angry about this. He has a decade-long criminal history. He was out on $1,000 cash bail. You know, Breonna Kupfer's father warned that our weak on crime prosecutors are flooding the streets with criminals. What do you say to this story?
I'm glad he was caught. This whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. I think this is one of the things that you're seeing happen in society where you've got a president and an administration and governors and prosecutors that are being pushed around by the radical left. And I come from a part of the world where there are a lot of Democrats, a lot of Republicans, and we have agreements and disagreements. But people who commit violent crimes should not be on the street, period.
We hear you, Congressman. This is hitting the president's poll numbers hard. 28% of Hispanics, that's it. He's got a massive disapproval rating among minorities right now, among independents. And we also have this in Chicago. In a 24-hour span, Congressman, 5 children were shot. Why isn't this a hair on fire moment? Take a listen to Pastor Corey Brooks, what he had to say about this. Watch.
If this happened in any other community in America, it would be total outrage. And I mean outrage. And the question that I want to ask is, where is Black Lives Matter? Where is, unfortunately, I have to say it, the NAACP? Where are all these organizations that say they support and are committed to Black lives, but when we have 5 young people shot, no one is saying a word?
Why the silence? Why? Children being shot?
It's just sad. It's just sad. It really is. And the truth hurts, and he is preaching the truth. And when you talk about just the raw facts, I mean, violent crime disproportionately affects minorities. And we as the governing that are elected have a responsibility to take care of our citizens and protect them from these violent crimes. I think one of the other things that's a big aspect of this that doesn't get talked about enough is the drug aspect of it. One of the reasons the Hispanics have moved so far.
Wait, hang on a second. We want to show this. We want to show the 25-year high in murders. Look, we've got the data coming in, Congress. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I don't want to run out of time before I show this to the viewer. Continue your thought. Continue, Congressman. Go ahead.
Well, my thought is that a lot of this comes from the drug epidemic that we're facing in this country. A tremendous number of overdoses. The drug trade is thriving throughout the country, and I think a lot of the violent crime stems from the drug trade and people being on drugs.
Yeah. We've got the Pennsylvania Senate now moving on impeachment proceedings against the weak on crime Philadelphia DA, Larry Krasner. That might extend to other weak on crime DAs in places like Los Angeles, maybe New York City, maybe in Chicago. We also have this, your reaction to this soundbite from the mayor of New York. You know, Congressman, there's a 65% rise in subway crime. Even the mayor of New York is saying he doesn't feel safe, going on New York City subways after an Asian American woman was pushed by a homeless man to her death in front of a subway train. Watch this.
We're going to drive down crime, and we're going to make sure New Yorkers feel safe in our subway system. And they don't feel that way now. I don't feel that way when I take the train every day or when I'm moving throughout our transportation system.
Whoa, we've never heard a leader of a city say that. Go ahead, Congressman.
I appreciate him telling the truth. I mean, you can't govern if you're not governing from the facts, and he's telling the truth. One of the things that all of our mayors that are trying to do the right things are facing is the retirement of the police officers. The police officers go out there and do their job, they arrest the people, and then they turn around and they hand them off to prosecutors who put them right back out on the street. And then they attack the police officers if anything at all goes wrong with the arrest. And so I think that mayor is trying to do the right thing, and I'm sure that he's facing the same challenge that many of our other mayors are. And how do you get police officers? The average tenure of an officer is down more than it's ever been in modern history.
We hear you loud and clear. There's also a 20-year high in police officer killings, Congressman. That's the highest since 9/11. Congressman Austin Scott, thank you so much for coming on the show. Come back soon, okay? It's great to have you on. Okay, we've